Johnny, the Calgary Flames, what are they?
It's a great question because they were not last year what I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to be one of the better teams in the North.
And I'm super excited to join Calgary. You know, it's a good team.
Everything in Calgary, it seemed like a great fit for us.
It does give me a lot of excitement. You know, I want to win. I hate to lose.
I think the goal for this team, as it is every year, is we want to be a playoff team. We've got to earn that right.
Come here with a fresh start, and I'm really excited to be here right now, and I'm really excited to try to change the last few years with this team. So we'll see what happens.
A lot of new guys coming in, trying to help establish that identity. So, like I said, that's something that we have to create, and that's something that we have to look forward to creating.
You know what we're up against. There's a big storm coming here.
One last practice at the Scotiabank Saddledome come Tuesday night. This building will be loud and packed with red jerseys. It's playoff time in Calgary. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Flames TV Live. The coverage of the Stanley Cup Playoffs beginning here as we get you set for the Calgary Flames and Dallas Stars. Of course, action across the National Hockey League begins Monday night. 4 games on the slate, but here in Calgary, it begins with Game 1 versus the Dallas Stars on Tuesday night at the Scotiabank Saddledome. It is a rematch of the 2020 playoffs, but of course that one was back in the bubble in Edmonton, so things have changed since that time. This time it is a Calgary Flames 50-win season, 111 points, the second best season in franchise history, where they have now earned home ice advantage in the first round of the playoffs. They'll host Game 1 for just the second time since 2018-2019. The Flames and Dallas Stars, anticipation growing as we get ready to kick off the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to be on a winning team, and I thought we had great success this year. And you know, last year is a wash, and we try to look forward, and we're excited for tomorrow's game.
It's hard to get to the playoffs, and you know, I've only done it a few times in my career, so to be back here with a good group in our locker room like we have, it's it's pretty special, and hopefully worry about one game at a time and do something cool here.
I don't think they're a one-line team, though. So, I mean, Pavelski's a proven player, and I'm very familiar with him from the Pacific Division always. So, the kids are skilled players, and they put up big numbers.
And just like in 2019, the Red Lock Community Viewing Party is set up and ready to go for the Stanley Cup Playoffs. It's over on Stampede Grounds. It is open 3 hours prior to puck drop for every home game. So come Tuesday night, if you're not in the building and not part of the Sea of Red inside the Scotiabank Saddledome, maybe the next best place to take in the festivities. Can't wait to get the party started. 8 p.m. Flames Stars Game 1.
What is it that your team can do to set the tone early in game one?
Just have a good start. Same old story, but good start means go out and get into the game.
How do you want your players to balance? Like, it's going to be loud in this building, pre-anthem and right before puck drop. How do they balance that energy without letting it consume them?
Well, that's a good thing. It's a fun thing. They haven't had it for a number of years. You watched the games last night. 2 Canadian cities was awesome. It was start to finish was rocking, right? So we get it here. I've said it before. It's the best part of being a playoff team in Canada is for your fans and for your players.
First time you've coached behind the bench in a playoff game here for a little while. What's the anticipation for you personally?
Doesn't matter where the game is. Still 200 feet.
Watching games last night, it looked like they were calling games the same way they would in the regular season. Are you
It
expecting
wasn't
that?
called the same way in the regular season. Last night there was 37 power plays. That's a third more than the regular season. So it wasn't called the way it was in the regular season, very clearly. There was a lot of penalties that you had to watch the replay to see what the penalty was.
Is that what you're expecting moving forward? Because normally it goes the other way.
Well, I got to think that was what came down. So I don't imagine they're just going to turn it off for this game.
How did your team have to adapt to that?
Just last night's a history lesson, so pass it on.
How do you approach stopping their top line, and it's exciting when you have two of the best lines in the National Hockey League that are going head-to-head in a series like this?
Well, I wouldn't say the 2 best lines in the National Hockey League. I mean, you'll see who the best lines are in the end of June in the National Hockey League.
During the regular season, it looked like you were comfortable going top line versus top line. Is that fair?
Yeah, there's very few matchups. If you look at the way the game's changed, there's more defenseman matchups than line matchups. That is 100% for sure. I think so much has to do with centermen, how they do on faceoffs, but it's more a defense forward matchup in the NHL now.
Do you have a final message for your team before they leave here from a pretty fairly normal
Yeah, we
morning
just give them
skate?
3 or 4 bullet points to make sure that they, we've worked a lot on it the last couple of weeks. As I said yesterday, once we clinched and knew we were getting home ice, then we could just kind of focus on our own game and not worry about anything else, and that's what we've done, and so that just kind of carries over the last 2 or 3 days.
Would you mind kind of reiterating what those bullet points were?
Well, a lot of it has to do with the discipline of the game and the discipline of the system and discipline of your preparation.
When you look at the matchups maybe for your top line, do you expect Dallas's defense to try to make life uncomfortable for guys like Johnny and Matthew?
2 top pairs. Those are 4 pretty good defensemen, so that 2 of them are going to be on the ice all the time. So learning to be uncomfortable is how you become a good playoff player.
Is that something you think your players have done better this year, or learned to do in the regular season, or is that not something you can do till the playoffs?
It's just a maturity process for, those players that get talked about here are all young players. They're really kids when you look at it.
Darryl, you experienced it lots in your first stint here, but what's it like to walk out there and see 19,000 people all in red on a night like this?
20,000. Hopefully. Should be. I mean, just take from last night, the 2 Canadian cities, Edmonton and Toronto, where, I didn't see enough of the St. Louis mini game, or very little of the Carolina game, but the 2 Canadian cities where, hey, it's our game. They have the right to be loud.
What difference can Jacob Markstrom make in this series, and expecting him coming into this series?
He's top goalie in the league, so that's what you want. You asked yesterday about his leadership. Well, his leadership is win games. That's what they do. I mean, if you look at the 2 goalies they're playing tonight, they're both 30. I think Jacob is, 37-15 and something, and Ottinger's 30 and 15, so there's probably similarities.
For the guys who were here in 2020 when they got bounced by Dallas. Do you get a sense from them that there's some unfinished business, or is it something that they've been able to put behind them?
Yeah, I think there's so few of them. You know, if you look at the positions that are really important, so neither one of the goalies for the Flames are here, and of the 8 defensemen that are here, there was only 2 defensemen that played. So it's really not. I don't even know if it's, you know, that part of it is, and especially being in the bubble. I mean, wasn't that fun to watch? So.
What do you need to see from Michael Backlund?
Pardon?
Michael Backlund.
Be a consistent, really good competitor. You know, that's that other position that's really, really important down the middle of the ice. And you know, the one advantage that Dallas would have, that, you know, they can use both Sagan and Ben as on a line together, and both can take face-offs, play center. One's righty, one's lefty. So that's a big advantage. You know, if you reference the top lines, well, you know, Heinz barely played in the past. You know, that was a different level for, now he's a top line. So now Lindy's a top line. So where that falls out underneath will be interesting to see.
All right, well, good?
Good. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Darryl.
What's the anticipation level like for tonight?
I mean, I think we're all. I know we're all excited, and it's going to be a fun game. And we're, watching the games yesterday. You kind of just want to get out there. So we're all excited, and it's going to be fun.
Michael, you've seen this building for a playoff game before. What do you expect out of the crowd tonight?
Yeah, it should be a great atmosphere. Has some fun memories, great memories with the crowd going crazy here. So yeah, I'm expecting a loud building tonight.
How do you use that energy for good and not let it, overwhelm the group?
Yeah, we just look at the games last night. There was a lot of penalties taken, so that can happen when you get a little too excited. And so you got to use the excitement and the energy, but at the same time, stay cool, so we don't take those penalties and use it to our advantage instead of creating penalties or creating chances. And yeah, a good start will definitely be a key as well to get everything rolling.
Rasmus, how different does this feel for you? You've got a pretty big assignment, you and Noah, in your pairing. You've had success all year. Has anything changed for you guys mentally as you approach a pretty big first step here? And if so, how do you address that change?
I don't think anything has changed except for it's playoffs. I mean, we try to play every game. We try to play good every game. So, but it's a lot of excitement. You can feel the buzz, and just as back say, you got to stay composed and have fun out there and enjoy it. And as you say, it's going to be a tough assignment no matter who you're playing against, and we know they have a really good team in there. So, but yeah, I think we're all just excited to get going, and it's going to be fun.
Do you relish that pressure, or are you one who will maybe kind of block it out?
A little bit of both. I mean, I think every player in our team puts pressure on themselves, and but at the same time, as I say, you just got to keep your composure and stay cool out there, and trust your instincts and trust your game.
Darryl also brought up the penalties. That happened last night? Has it been a point of emphasis this morning, to sort of discipline and staying out of the box?
Yeah, just to talk amongst players too. I didn't watch all the games. I watched a little bit of a few games. I didn't know it was that many penalties, but as soon as I walked in the room, all I heard was like how many penalties it was last night. So yeah, it's definitely a big key. We don't want to sit in the box, so. You want to play hard and physical and take charge right away, but we got to do it in the right way.
Well, yesterday, Darryl said a lot of players on the team have something to prove. You've been with this group for a long time. Do you feel that as well, something to prove?
Yeah, for sure. We haven't had the success I wanted to have here, and but at the same time, it would be enough. Nothing would be to win the cup here in Calgary. So, so yeah, we, as the group has been there a while, and personally, we want to show that we can be a really good playoff team, and we learned a lot in 18-19. We got beat by Dallas in the bubble, so we got a lot of energy out of that and want to show that we can be better and beat these guys, and just kind of, get some revenge from the bubble and from 18-19.
As you talk about the excitement, can you just describe as a player, like when you drive to the rink and all you see is red jerseys, when you walk out the tunnel and it's just painted red, like can you describe what that scene is like for you guys?
I think it's hard to describe really. It's but as I said, it's exciting, it's fun. This is what we've been waiting for all year, to get here, to get to this point, and finally start playing too. And it's something you gotta just take in and really enjoy it for sure. It's special.
Yeah, Brad. Do you allow yourself to take a moment and just step aside from the game and just look around and be like, this is pretty cool?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everyone's different, but yeah, I do that, and I enjoy it, and that gives you the chills, and it gives you the kind of a little bit of goosebumps. So it's fun, and we're all really excited to get going here.
How do you guys as a team treat the fact that so many people are picking this group to go on a long run, that there's so much love from experts and fans? How do you guys treat that internally?
Yeah, we haven't talked much about it within ourselves. Everybody hears about it, I'm sure, but that's other people's opinion. And, I mean, we believe in ourselves. We know we have a really good team, had a really good regular season, but it doesn't matter what people think if we don't show it on the ice. So we know there's a lot at stake here, and a lot of hurdles and lots that has to come together for us. And we know we're a really good team, but at the same time we have a really good team to play against. So can't get too far ahead of ourselves. So we got to stay in the moment. That's the biggest key to the playoffs right here, right now. And I'm sure every guy has read something about that, but it's not something we talk about. It's more our goal and mission within the group, not what outside people think.
How do you treat it personally? Like you said, you've been here a long time. You climbed the games played charts this year. Like, how do you treat it personally when we talk about maybe not taking these opportunities for granted because they don't come around all the time?
Yeah, it's exciting to have a group like this. It's been the best regular season we've had during my time here, and I think it's a very mature, experienced group. And I'm really excited about what this group has done this year and what we can do. It's like Ras said too. It's a great time. The playoffs. It's a lot of fun. It's great to see the fans in the city come together, and just a lot of excitement. That we have a good team.
There's been a lot talked about, at least on our side, about their top line with Hintz and Pavelski and Robertson. Are there ways that you guys can make life difficult for that line, keeping in mind that the refs might be calling a lot of penalties? Sorry.
They're a really good line. They had a really good regular season, and we got to be on our toes on the ice, and it's a team check assignment. Everyone's got to be ready for it, and we got to play within the rules, but play really hard against them and make it really tough for them. I think we've done a great job over the season with whoever the team or the line it's been, or defensemen, and I think we've done a good job team checking lines like that, and we got to keep doing it, and it's going to be a big key here in the first round.
Does it seem like you're a team that doesn't really need to have like one line that does all the matchups, like lines 1 through 4 could realistically be able to match up against a line like that?
Yeah, I think we're a deep team, and I think everyone can play against everyone. So I think that's a big key for us. The same with our deep pairing, or all our defensemen are really good players, and so I think that's a big key in the playoffs here, to have that depth that everyone can play against anyone.
Okay, well done. Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys.